Leak-based gaming. Honestly, as soon as I saw all of this, I had to make a video talking about this. We all know gaming leaks. We all know what a leak is. I'm not gonna waste your time with that crap. I just came to the realization that these leaks kinda suck ass. But it depends from who is this information coming from, because in this video I have chosen to talk about a couple of leakers that have existed and were more or less the most famous of the bunch, aka 3 of them actually. Maybe it's debatable if one of these guys is actually that well known, but I do remember them being a big deal back when they were around. So the reason I wanted to make this video is mostly because of this little chap named Nate the Hate. I'm sure that name rings many bells because this guy recently and famously leaked the newly announced Ocarina of Time remake. People were very critical of this reveal because they didn't show any gameplay or much of anything for a game that's scheduled to release in 2026. And while those complaints are valid, I saw even more groups of people talking about how this was supposed to be a surprise that was ruined because everyone knew about it. And you know what? I agree. Nintendo always excelled at giving us surprises and causing massive amounts of hype. Like, just think back to the Smash Ultimate reveals. Pretty much all of them had everyone freak out, especially Sans Undertale being a costume for Mii Fighter. That's all good stuff. Unfortunately, we live in a world where this is currently being robbed away from us. Not entirely, not everything is bound to get leaked, but I finally realized that being surprised from a gaming reveal is like a special experience that stings heavily if taken away from. Me and my friend watched the latest Nintendo Direct and we were pretty surprised that Kingdom Hearts 4 was announced at a Nintendo Direct of all places, and we saw more of the game beyond a simple screenshot from, 2022? That was a special moment. The reason I kinda hate this Nate the Hate fella is because of this. If it was just some scrunkly fella on Twitter, then whatever, it is what it is. But this guy has a YouTube channel with a podcast to boot. So right off the bat, big red flags. This guy might be doing this for monetary gain. And I think that theory might be true because based on what I watched from this guy, he's the most pretentious motherfucker ever. He treats these games as mere products that we are simply gonna consume and move on to the next thing. He doesn't care about this shit and he's more happy that the project is even real in the first place.
But overall, I remained confident. I knew the information was good about the project, and I just want to see the project get announced. And the project got announced, and a lot of people were excited for it, us being among those people. And I think at the end of the day, that's the important thing, is that the project was real. The project is coming out this summer. And it's something that everyone can look forward to. Everyone got to see, consume, digest, share impressions, share excitement over. And I think ultimately that's the important thing at the end of the day, is that as a community, we're getting this Star Fox game.
That alone might make me personally not even like this guy, but I think the part where it gets worse is the fact that this guy has too many defenders. Famous Nintendo YouTuber beat 'em ups in his podcast bent it over for this guy. Bear in mind, he literally made a pretty shit video, all things considered, where he can tell he doesn't like leaks. And yet Woodhawker feels the need to defend this guy, who is not even friends with, he's just an acquaintance because he's associated with a friend of his.
I don't want to go on and on about it because Nate is so like adjacent in my friend group. Like RGT is one of my best friends and him and Nate are really good friends. I mean, they do that Spawncast podcast all the time. And again, like whatever Nate's got going on, clearly he knows something. And let's be honest, like if it was one of you watching at home, all of a sudden got this contact that was telling you all this news, you're telling me you wouldn't start dropping it online and you wouldn't start telling people. Like everyone wants to be the guy that knows something, right? You're not keeping it all secret. There's not someone out there that knows everything, like some random guy that isn't telling people. Right? Like I don't blame him for wanting to get that I don't know if I'd call it an ego boost or whatever. Whatever you get.
It's making him money too,
and it's making him money. It's putting food in his mouth. So like, and I don't want anyone to come at me and tell me to stop doing the thing that I'm doing to make money. So there's no like, I don't hate Nate, even though it's in his name, and I'm not even like judging him for doing what he's doing. But what he is doing does really suck for the people that hate spoilers, that want to be surprised, that want to go into these things. And then like last week or 2 days ago, we did an episode, The Leaks Ruined Everything. And like the top comment was, all this podcast does is talk about leaks. and then pretend that the leaks ruined, or they say the leaks ruined everything.
Yeah.
But we talk about this all the time. Like, you can't go on Twitter, you can't open the Nintendo news, you can't do anything without seeing Ocarina of Time linked. Like, as soon as I open my Twitter, it's the first thing I see.
Even if I deleted social media, Zesif would probably text me, yo, did you see this?
And then exactly. And then the podcast, like what we do here is like, oh, there's a direct next week. Let's talk about our predictions.
Yeah.
And are we going to sit here in the room and pretend we haven't
ignore
seen that?
Yeah.
The chat's going to blow up saying, what about the rumor about Ocarina? What about Ocarina?
Yeah.
And I'm just supposed to go, oh, I haven't heard about that. And then you guys are supposed to take me seriously?
And it doesn't stop there. Like, the act of defending this shit is moronic enough, but then he goes on to justify him spreading these rumors because he, as a content creator who always talks about Nintendo news, feels obligated to talk about them whenever he stumbles upon them, and that it is not his fault that they end up blowing up or whatever. My brother in Christ, many of your shitty ass podcast listeners in your comment section mentioned that they wouldn't have known about these leaks had you not talked about them. What do you mean it's impossible to talk about the leaks? It is possible, just don't mention them. Whatever random people came in and asked me to talk about the leaks, just ban them, bro. Ban the words, ban the people asking for it. Put your foot down on this subject and make it abundantly clear that's not what you want to do. Be responsible for once. But nah, and it doesn't stop at just him. There are plenty of randoms that also defend this, stating that this is Nate's job. Body leaking shit is not a real job. And it sucks even more because so many people talk about this guy. Honestly, I don't get why people even defend these people. Like, get a real problem to cry over, bro. Nate the Hate deserves to be chucked inside a volcano for all I care for. Not literally, but in a metaphorical sense. Okay, you gotta go, bro. You gotta go. You got the door is right there, bro. You don't provide any value in terms of content whatsoever. If you're gonna be gone, then no one will actually miss you. That's just the hard truth. Also, don't harass this guy or I'm gonna ban you from this channel. So that was a bit of a doozy. For my next leaker, I'm gonna talk about, hey guys, remember Pyoro? So when it comes to leaks, there is something that is kinda neglected by many people, and the fact that while the leaks are more than likely fake, unless said guy has a successful track record, there's always that element of what if this is actually real? Like, we all know Super Mario Titans is the fakest game ever made, but the fact that there are so many images of this game also kind of makes one wonder, what if this is real? There's that fun element to discussing this shit that's lost on many people, and from what I remember, Pyoro did exactly that. The way he leaked shit actually got people to be engaged, like he would tweet something relatively cryptic and the community will try to uncover the truth of the matter. He would sometimes give hints, I think, but overall it was such a fun time. And when we did uncover what the leak was, it was still pretty exciting because the announcement followed soon after. I remember this guy having some beef with a different leaker, and whenever he got shit wrong, this bird would gloat about it and tell that leaker to delete their account. In fact, he said that to any fake rumor. It's why this legendary ass image even exists. This is my message to Nate the Hate. Delete your account now! See, here's my thinking on this. If you're gonna leak video game announcements, then be that guy. Gloat about it. Show yourself off. That's exactly what Pyoro did, and I think that's why I remember this guy fondly. Sadly, he got nuked off the face of the planet. His last leaks were a little cryptic, but they were true. I remember one of these was with Pirate Yakuza. Honestly, what a fucking legend, dude. Could've missed that mischievous bird. And for my final leaker that I want to talk about, does anyone remember Midori? This is correct information. Honestly, I don't know if Midori was even all that, but I remember it was a big deal when they got exposed. So, Midori was a leaker, leaking mainly Sega games. I think Persona was their specialty, or anything that was made by Atlus. It's been a while, so I don't remember much about it. Anyways, funny thing about this person is that I think they ran out of shit to leak, which is fucking hilarious. And they ended up getting exposed as someone LARPing to be a Japanese girl who had a boyfriend. I'm not kidding, a man post has a Japanese girl who stated that they had a boyfriend and was leaking shit from a video game company while talking in a pretty broken English. And the best part about this was revealed after they announced that they were gonna go live on Twitch relatively soonish. And the stream itself, just some dude using a voice changer if I remember right. That was like the funniest fucking shit I have ever seen in my life. There were many that were in shambles, and many that were straight up baffled by this incident. It's safe to say that Midori set back the Persona fandom by like 10 years, which is enough to put them in the prehistoric era, because Persona fandom, having the reputation of its game not being played by the supposed fans, is the biggest thing a video game series could suffer from. I guess that also makes me a Persona fan because I know who Joker is. And that's pretty much it. Obviously, there's probably many other leakers out there, but I wanted to talk about these three in particular. Such fascinating people these guys were. Well, in the case of one of them is. Honestly, I hope Nate the Hate will just disappear because he's actively robbing our joy away, which is not fun in the slightest, but I don't see that happen anytime soon. So we're just stuck with him for the time being. Hopefully God will be merciful. That's all I had to say on this subject. This guy right here is a loser and you should try your best to stay away from all these leaks and / rumors. That's it. Keep yourself unspoiled for the upcoming directs that will probably follow. This was Base Gaming, and you're watching Nickelodeon.
Great. If someone could find that, I need to see that video again. That was amazing.
You sit here and you harass leakers. What are you? You're the ones bitching about a video game. It was the way I wanted it to be. Really? So you harass people.
But Nate,
you know what?
video games are all we have for 2020.
What are you, man? See, look at he's disparaging you in the chat, yo.
Nate, video games are all we have.
Oh, it's such an honor to meet you because you're nothing. You're cowards. You harass people for a video game because you're nerds.